Okay, time for the super secret level from the new map set for Spear Resurrection, and it's basically just like the super secret level from the original Spear Resurrection. The theme of it is based on the castle ramparts. In other words, the whole of Wolfenstein is supposed to be based inside a big castle, so it makes sense to me that the castle should have a rooftop with ramparts, and so that's the theme of the level. It's a novelty level, just like the original Wolfenstein had the Pac-Man level. This is supposed to be the equivalent of that, and it uses the Pac-Man type ghosts, except you can kill them, because having too many invincible enemies running around is just a pain in the arse if you ask me. Anyway, we start in an area just like the original level for Spear Resurrection. This is just a little room you start off in. You can't go anywhere, you haven't got the key. Obviously you've got to go through that teleporter, but before we do, let's have a look around. Now there's no really indicating, or anything indicating a push wall here. And these are probably the only couple of push walls I can think of in the game, or just a few push walls in the game that don't have anything really marking that there's a push wall there. It was interesting, I was just watching the playthrough of level 20 that Balamis did the other day, and he was talking about the fact that he appreciated the fact I'd marked a lot of the push walls in this new map set, and that some players perhaps prefer to have push walls in places where they have to scan along all the walls. Well, yeah, I understand, that's probably a very good point. I suppose there is a certain appeal to not knowing where a push wall is, but I got so sick and tired of playing games and just running along every damn wall in the game looking for push walls. That's why I thought this time I'm going to mark them, for the player that gets a bit sick of that repetitious type of method of play. Clear a room, scan every wall. Clear a room, scan every wall. And that becomes a real pain when you're in a maze, because there is a heap of walls to scan. So anyway, basically that was my thinking. But anyway, look, these torches, of course, you can shoot them and get through them. You're going to waste ammunition doing that. I don't know why or what my reasoning was now, but I asked Martin to code the super secret level such that the player would have to start with just a pistol and the basic ammunition. There's a couple of times, like on level 13, I think it is, the Great Escape, there's a couple of occasions where I wanted the player to start off with just the basics again, because otherwise they're taking on every level with the most powerful weapon, full clips of ammunition and everything. And let's face it, I mean, I tried to design these levels so that the player could beat them with starting just with a pistol. So I wanted to try and bring the player back down to earth a little bit by forcing them to start with just the basics. Good or bad, I don't know. But anyway, let's move on. Of course, you hear Duke Nukem making a few comments here and there as you go along. You're also on the secret toilet level, hear toilets flushing and things like that. Part of my sick toilet humour, I suppose. Anyway, we move along. This is a novelty level, really, that's all it is. Look, you know, you don't really need that God mode artifact. It's there if you want it. As I say, you could shoot the torch and get through it. I wish we had a way of, well, there would be a way of coding these torches these days so that you can't shoot them and walk through them. But let's face it, Spear Resurrection was made over 10 years ago, so it's just one of the novelty factors of the game, I suppose. Nothing else you can really do in here. There is another push wall here. We'll grab the ammo here. Let's jump through the teleporter. Okay, you start in the castle ramparts area. I chose a nice light blue to make it look like sky, and of course made these look like ramparts so that the wall texture blends in with the ceiling texture, and it makes it look like it's an actual rampart type of wall. There's a couple of these ghosts coming here. These guys can be killed, which is good. As I say, I didn't want too many invincible type enemies running around. It just becomes a pain in the ass. Okay, we could shoot our way through these torches and make our way through the level by doing that, but... Oh shit, you bastard. Coward, I've jumped into the teleporter. Where did he come from? Bloody thing. He snuck up on me. Okay, I'll get him. Yeah. Once again, Tour the Humour, he makes a fart sound when he dies, so yeah. The skulls don't mark any push walls in this level. Apart from those 2 push levels at the start, I don't think there are any push walls. Okay, that teleporter takes us back to the starting level, where locked doors are. Of course, we need to jump into that once we've got the necessary keys. This is really an easy level. I mean, if you're slacking, you're mucking around, and you go off making a cup of coffee while playing this, yeah, you might get killed. Okay, there's one of the Grim Reapers. The Grim Reapers in this level are the only invincible characters. There's only a couple of them, no, there's 4 of them, I think, all up in this level. They're pretty easy to avoid. In the original Spear Resurrection, I asked Martin to code the Grim Reaper ghost so that he either appeared as a Grim Reaper or as one of the Pac-Man ghosts. But I asked Anonymous to change it this time around because I didn't want any confusion. I thought I'm playing the original super secret level that it was a bit unfair. You could never tell which were the invincible ghosts. Was it a Pac-Man? Was it a Grim Reaper? Well, there's no confusion this time around. Only the Grim Reapers are invincible. And that Grim Reaper, I made that myself a long time ago in a wolf editing program called the Wolf Edit. It was an early graphic editing program for DOS. And I drew it all pixel by pixel. I was pretty pleased with how it came out, considering, I just did it, or drew it within that program. It's only got 2 frames of animation to give it a bit of a shimmering effect. Likewise, the Pac-Man ghosts have only got 2 frames of animation to give them the effect that they're chomping their teeth. And of course the death animations. But anyway, okay, you can see the bronze key there, the blood key there. Let's just move on. It's a pretty basic, simple level. I don't know why I fired a shot there. I bumped my hand up against the mouse pad on the laptop. Anyway, we can see that the only way on is through here, although, as I say, we could shoot the torches, but let's go the way I designed it to be played. Grab that health up, grab the treasures up. Okay, oh shit. Okay, that's the only time you've got to watch for these guys. They can sneak up around the corner. You just saw him drop across there. That was one of the features that we programmed into the game, that the ghosts would randomly drop treasure items. And it's just like the barrels dropping sludge. That's a random thing, so you can never predict when it's going to happen. We did change that to an extent, I think, in End of Destiny. I asked Martin to change the exploding barrels so that they could drop an animated fire sprite. So it looked like the barrels exploded and left a burning fire. And I thought that was quite cool, added a bit of depth to it. But anyway, make sure there's no ghosts coming. Right, I'll grab up... no, there's nothing else to grab up. I'm full of ammo. Okay, in this level there are 2 long passageways with barrels along here like this. And the reason I did that is just to give the player the opportunity to blow a lot of things up. Have a bit of fun, blow things up. I mean, let's face it, whenever you're playing games like Duke Nukem and those things, blowing things up is part of the fun of everything. So I wanted to just try and make it a bit more interesting, a bit more novel. Grab the treasures up. Okay, we've got to get through here. There's the machine gun in there. That'll make our life a bit easier. Get rid of the ghosts. It takes longer with the pistol, of course. But they're slow, they're easy to get away from. Well, they're pretty easy to get away from. Oh, well, look, you can run away from them easily, let's face it. Okay, we grab the machine gun up, and admittedly that barrel may drop a sludge puddle. That's just one of the things you're going to have to cop. As I say, it's a random event if they drop it or not. And that's why I put plenty of health around, or enough health around so that the player could restock their health if they get injured by the sludge from a barrel. Okay, we go through the machine gun. I can't remember if I put a chain gun in this level. You don't need a chain gun in this level. It's mainly just the level for grabbing up treasures. Okay, that's everything we need from here. Nothing else to grab up. Let's go and shoot all these barrels here. Grab up the goodies. Avoid the sludge. I mean, I put 3 barrels along each of these in the hope that at least one of them wouldn't drop sludge, but if it does, well, if they all three drop sludge, well, There's health kits around you can stock your health up with. I would have, on hindsight, liked to have programmed it so that the sludge dropping wasn't a random thing, but anyway, what's done is done. Grab up all the goodies. I've been lucky, not one of the barrels in front of the one-up items has dropped any sludge. Okay, if you go along here, you can see behind these flags here that the keys are here. And these square flags, I didn't use them much in the game because of the rotating effect. In End of Destiny, we had non-rotating objects, which was a great addition, but I generally hide things that are obviously rotating in an alcove, if I can, so that you can't see it until you're almost on top of it, and the rotating effect isn't as obvious. Well, that's my thinking anyway. Okay, let's move along. We'll go to the other side of the level now, before we blow up all these barrels, and get all the treasures and goodies over there. We're going over that way, basically. Bit of a long run through. But really, this is just an easy level, as I say, compared to the other levels in the game. Okay, we'll run out here, make sure there's no ghosts around. No, there's not. Okay. Rightio. There's a pool of sludge there. Here, bugger it, run through it. Get rid of the ghosts. Okay. Just a few more. That ghost animation, the dying animation, if you see the eyes pop out and fall to the floor, I did that in Paint Shop Pro, and just a few frames of animation. I thought it makes it look a bit interesting. You can see where the ghost, instead of the ghost just disappearing, you can see where the body is. So, and they randomly drop treasures like that, as I say. Okay, grab all the treasures up on this side. Yeah, grab up the ammo. Duke Nukem telling me to hurry up. Okay, and once again we do the same as we did on the other side. There's sludge you've got to cop this time. Okay, not to worry. I've been taking things pretty easy over the Christmas New Year period. So I haven't made as many recordings as I have been. I made a few in December, and I've only made a couple in January. I haven't uploaded them all yet, but I will. Yep, let's move on again. Grab all the treasures. Okay. Yeah, I've been taking things pretty easy the past week because we were mucking around outside. It's pretty warm here in South Africa, and it's summer, of course, and we're having a swim in the pool in the backyard, and we're mucking around, and I ended up getting a bit of a nudge into the pool, which resulted in me hitting the edge of the pool with my rib cage, and so I've got a very sore rib at the moment. I was lucky I didn't break it. So the past week I've just been sitting easily in the unit that I'm staying and not doing too much, but I can do this quite easily, even though the rib's a bit sore. Okay, let's just get these ghosts out of the way. The barrels exploding takes care of most of them. There's breakable columns which may come down with the explosion, or maybe not. But anyway, did I see a ghost over there? I did. I think that's the direction we've got to move. I'm getting disoriented here. Oh, radio, yeah, okay, we've got to go that way through the level anyway. Let's grab the crowns up. Shoot that column, get the ghost out, cop the sludge puddle in, grab the treasures. I think there's one ghost behind each column, so yeah, let's just get rid of these things. Great. Okay, there's a ghost in here. Where is he? Okay, they can do you damage. You gotta be careful. Grab the goodies. Don't run over the sludge again. Okay. And so yeah, it does get a bit repetitious, but the whole idea is just to stock up on goodies. Look, I'm not going to shoot these barrels yet. The keys are behind there. I'll let those invincible guys out a bit later. Let's go down this side.